Hello class, this is NETI115. My name is Tony and I am the instructor for this course this year. This video should be seen right after the syllabus video. This is going to go over the Cisco Networking Academy website. You should be familiar with this website if you took NETI105 online in the past. But basically this is Cisco's classroom environment that we'll actually be operating in throughout the semester. Grades will be kept up on this website more often than it will be on the IvyLearn website, and I will be transferring grades over to IvyLearn with the appropriate weights of your grades in IvyLearn in the future over the course of the semester. So anyway, this video is to refamiliarize yourself, or if you've never seen this, familiarize yourself with the Cisco Networking Academy interface. Basically, you go to netacad.com. You should have received an email with requesting to register with Cisco Networking Academy so that you can access their classroom environments and access all of your classes. Once you've registered, you would use your email address or username and password that you set up to actually log in. Before we log in though, you should have also received a welcome email from me that has a seat token for the NETI115 course this year. So if you, like I did, if you click on the login button on the top right corner of the NetAcad website, you'll see this link at the bottom right that says redeem seat token. If you click on that and say I currently have a Networking Academy login if you registered, just put in your screen name or email address and the token that I sent you and submit that so you can claim your seat token, and that should assign the class to your dashboard when you log in, which I'm going to show you here in a second. So just make sure you log in or make sure you register your seat token using the welcome email. The welcome email may wind up in your spam folder. It will originate from my teaching gmail.com email, and sometimes it winds up in users' spam folders. So just make sure you check that if you haven't received it in your normal inbox. But anyway, you're going to log in to the Cisco Networking Academy website with the credentials used to register, and you should see all of your classes load up when you log in. Now my view might look a little different than yours because I'm an instructor, but it is the NETI115 Spring 2019 Gianfrido course that you should be accessing. And if you launch that course, it'll bring you to the home page of the classroom on NetAcademy. So this launch course button is important. If you click on that, actually you can select a background. This is actually the online textbook for this course. So there's 11 chapters here, and for week 1 I think we're just covering chapter 0, so make sure you watch all of these videos and read everything that's here, and then you can just return to the class with that button right there. Another helpful link is student resources. You will need to download an application called Packet Tracer, and this student resources page gives you a link to Packet Tracer resources. So if you click on that, it'll bring you to the Packet Tracer page where you can download it for Windows, Linux, or an iOS device. Mac, if you have a Mac, you're out of luck and it will not work. So you need to make sure that you have access to one of these 3 types of devices to install Packet Tracer on, so you could do your work. Let's see. So all of the coursework is going to be loaded into the modules section. I'm going to make this student view. So if you click on modules, it's going to give you a list of all of the work that you're supposed to do week to week. I'm only going to restrict it to the current week's worth of work. And this pretest exam is what you need to complete week 1 for your attendance. So just make sure you get that one completed. It says it counts for 100 points, but the weight for that particular exam is a 0, and it's not going to affect your grade whatsoever. It's only meant to be an attendance tracker for week 1. So make sure you get this pre-test exam completed. What else? Oh, as far as assignments. So throughout the semester, you're going to be issued packet tracer lab activities. And what come included with those activities are 2 documents. There is a lab worksheet that's in a PDF format, and there is a PKA file that contains the lab topology that you will load into packet tracer and do your work in for the lab. When you submit your work in for packet tracer, you need to put your answers on the PDF worksheet. And I know a lot of you are thinking, well, how do I edit a PDF? Well, here's a free website that you can go to on the internet called pdfescape.com. What you're going to do is you're going to go to this website, you're going to click on Free Online. You're going to download the lab worksheet to your computer first, and then when you get here, you're going to upload it into the PDF Escape site. So I have a demo lab PDF that I'm uploading, and so I've uploaded this lab PDF into PDF Escape. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to locate one of the questions that I'm supposed to fill out. So here's a question right there. Let's see. I actually used this PDF earlier in a different example for NETI115. So here's a good section. So document findings and configuration changes. Use the space provided below to document the issues found during your troubleshooting and configuration changes made to resolve those issues. To answer this question on the PDF, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this text button over here, and then I'm going to click over here on the document where I want to put it in. I'm going to change my color to red, and then I'm going to start typing in my answer. Problems I experienced during troubleshooting included bad optics on a cable. I don't know if this answer is right or wrong, but I'm just demonstrating the fact that number one, I changed the color of my font to red so that it stands out. This is a requirement for my class. If you do not change the color of your font in your answers when you edit a PDF, you will have 10 points deducted from your assignment right off the bat. So please, for my sake, change the color of your font to red. And what you can also do is if you click on this annotate tab over here after you've typed in your answer, you can highlight your answer by clicking on the highlight button and then just putting a highlight box around it by dragging and dropping. Oops. And so what this is doing is it's helping me locate your answers on the document. Some of these lab sheets, like this one right here alone, is 20 pages long. And a lot of these can be you know, really large walls of text. And if you type your answers in the same color as the text, I may skip over your answer because I didn't see it as I'm scrolling through and looking for your answers, or B, it's going to be unrealistically difficult for me to do this at scale with 40 students. So this is my class. This is a requirement. You need to highlight your answers and or change the font color to red so that it stands out so that I can see them when you update your PDF. Once you've added your answers and you've highlighted them, on the left-hand side there's a green down arrow button. You just click that to save and download to your computer. And now you have a local copy of your updated PDF. And if I scroll down, here's my answer. I can find it very quickly, and it's been updated. And so this is the document that you will use to upload into Netacademy to submit for your assignment. If it's a packet tracer assignment, you have to turn in this in addition to your completed PKA file. The PKA file is going to have all your work in it, and it's going to have all the configurations you did, and it's going to help me grade your assignment much faster because it checks your configurations for me. So that is also a prerequisite requirement for packet tracer labs. If you're doing a NetLab assignment, the only thing you have to turn in for that is the lab PDF. Everything is recorded as far as your configurations and your output in NetLab, so I can see that when I log in myself. You don't have to provide any documentation on the commands that you ran in NetLab. It's all recorded. You just need to make sure you submit the completed lab worksheet. That's all for NetLab. I'm trying to think of anything else as far as assignments are concerned. I already talked about in the syllabus video makeup work. As long as you communicate to me beforehand, before the due date of an assignment, if you know you're not going to be able to get it turned in on time, you need to let me know beforehand. If you don't, then you're going to get a 0. If you do, then I will work with you, and you'll have as much time as you need to get the work done. So just make sure you communicate that with me beforehand, and everything will be fine. So as you're doing assignments, there are some packet tracer labs that actually load in your web browser. I'm using Google Chrome, but Google Chrome doesn't play nice oftentimes because a lot of the software that's used in Netacademy is Java based, and Google doesn't run Java programs natively within the browser itself. So typically what you have to do is download the Java program and then run it outside of Google Chrome in order to make it work. If you start running into problems where you can't load a packet tracer lab or some sort of lab on Netacademy, and it's because of this, you need to use Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer is technically the only approved browser for the NETI115 course in general. Doesn't mean that other browsers don't work, but there are quite a few problems that can arise by using a different browser that doesn't support Java, and Internet Explorer right now does. So if you find yourself having issues, try Internet Explorer, and if all else fails, contact the help desk and online learning support. I think that is it. Be on the lookout for my email, and remember, check your spam folders. Quizzes. So quizzes on and assignments in general should all be accessed from the module section. If you see like this chapter 1 quiz here, if you find a link for this chapter 1 quiz anywhere else, it could likely be an invalid link. And the reason I say that is because of the way we load the content up for these classrooms in Netacademy is that we have to go in after the class has been pre-built by Cisco and then populate it with Ivy Tech content. And what happens sometimes is some of the content is duplicated. And so the links that are supplied in the module section for your assignment are what you should be clicking on to access your assignments. Do not access your assignment from anywhere else on the website if for some reason you're able to find a link that lets you get to some assignment. You should only ever be accessing course materials through the module section. And that will always ensure you're doing the correct quiz, the correct exam, and it's showing up on the grades section correctly. What else? As far as quizzes go, I think you can take a quiz more than once. So you could take it multiple times. What I will typically do is I will go in and see all of your attempts and record the highest grade of your attempts. And the grade that you get for your quiz doesn't necessarily show up in Netacademy on the grades page. So keep that in mind when you're doing quizzes. Make sure you're doing them, because what happens is when I transfer grades from Netacademy over to IvyLearn, I go in and I take the quiz grades and I put it into the grade book in Ivy Learn. And so you get the full credit for doing your quizzes, and you just need to make sure that you're doing them and clicking on the right link when you're doing them so you get credit for it. If you have any other questions about anything else, or if you encounter any problems, like say you click on a quiz and it doesn't load up for you, or you're taking an exam and a question doesn't load up for you, or you're having any sort of weirdness going on with assignments, let me know. And if it's a technical issue, you need to always be contacting help desk or online learning support to fix it. But you need to at least let me know, like, if something weird is going on, so I can take a look at it and account for it and let the rest of the class know if it winds up being a huge issue. So just keep me informed, and then as far as assignments go, if you see anything weird, and that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or if you need anything from me, remember, just email me. My email and contact information is on the syllabus, and good luck.